Hello, ARC family, and welcome to the ARC journey. I want to say thank you for the personal opportunity to be able to worship with you this Holy Week and Easter. It's been amazing to see your creativity, your pioneering, your excellence in being able to bring the gospel and carry forward the mission of the church in so many different ways, and to articulate the gospel so clearly. It is truly amazing, absolutely truly amazing. As I've come to your Facebook pages, as I've gone to your YouTube pages, and to see how many people have actually viewed, how many views you have. It is this, you are reaching people all over the world, and this is just absolutely amazing how God has expanded your territory, and your footprint is ever increasing. And what an opportunity God has given to us in this downtime of social distancing. We are actually carrying the gospel forward and the mission of the church in a new and exciting way. And I want to say thank you for being those pioneers, for being willing to do this. It is interesting, as I was listening to a number of different videos and podcasts, and I feel like I've been in all kinds of Zoom meetings and the phone's growing off my ear. I, like you, feel busier during this season of social distancing than before. And one of the videos and a podcast I listened to had coincided, and it seems like many of the thinkers or those leading churches are actually planning and preparing that they're not going to be back in the building until fall. And I think that kind of hit me pretty square when I heard that that was their timeline. That's what they're actually planning for. And that makes what I'm about to say even more important now. And that is that I think we've got the worship down. We're doing worship well. I think that we have started to do Bible studies, zooming people in. And I think that is starting to work well. And if you're any hang-ups about that or are confused about it, give me a call. We can walk you through it. I've walked lots through it already. Would love to walk you through it. But I think the question now for me and for us to wrestle through is, how are we going to respond to the challenge of disciple making during this time period? We've got the worship, we've got the Bible studies, but now how do we actually do that one-on-one discipleship that we were doing over coffee, over inviting people over for dinner, meeting together, going for a walk, maybe going fishing, whatever it was, that we invited people into our lives so that we could share life together and talk about what's God telling you, what are you going to do about it, and how does that look today? What are you doing? How are we going to do it? And if we are not going to get back together quickly, how does this actually need to look like for us in the future? And so I'm dying to hear what your ideas are. So I want to be able to give you a call this week and hear from you. So one of the videos that I've watched was by Brady Shearer, and I think Brady is a great thinker and helps me to think differently. And he has a video, it's about 10 minutes, it's called Online Church for Smaller Churches. The link is down below, just in a little caption area right below this video as you're watching, in the description area. And I think it might be worthwhile to follow that a little bit and see what he's saying and what other people are feeding back to him on what online church for a smaller church is going to look like or needs to look like. And I'm hoping that it's going to go in a well-rounded way, dealing with not just worship, but also Bible study, that large group discipleship, and then individual discipleship in helping someone to walk with Jesus. So Just on a point of updates, we have Ag Council meeting this week, so I will have more from you from that next week. We had a meeting with all of the deans at the camp, and the camp board is meeting on Sunday. So we should have relatively soon a decision about what's going to happen for camping season. Everyone is hopeful. We all want to provide this great opportunity for our kids to come together, but we will not endanger our kids. And we will not endanger their parents and grandparents by sending them home. So this is all part of the consideration. So if we don't have camp, the question and challenge is how do we do camp for our kids? What will that look like? How are we going to provide those opportunities for them this summer so that they can experience camp? And I don't have an answer for that yet. We don't have an answer. We're working on that. We'll see what happens. I just want to tell you that to hang in there. You're doing an awesome job. Continue pioneering, and we leave you with this continual question: who are you praying for that they would know Jesus? Who are you helping to lift up in their leadership capacity so they can become the leader that God's called them to be? And who are you discipling? And now, furthermore, how are you discipling them? So we want to share those ideas. Hopefully we can share some of those in our video next week. Thank you. Thank you for a terrific Holy Week and an amazing walk with Jesus and a communal experience that literally went worldwide because you were willing to pioneer, to go off the map into uncharted territory and just do what God was calling you to do. We are so proud of you. And I know that God is saying the same thing. Well done, good and faithful servant. All right, we will see you next week. Bye-bye.